Hey everybody, Flex Bigfoot coming at you with another sneaker review. This was kind of an impulse buy on my part, I will admit. I had seen these, I like the Adidas Superstar, and I had seen this kind of loud pair of Superstars, the Simpsons Squishee Superstar. Okay, so I did come across a pair, US 16, and a lot of Adidas. I'll take 16. Occasionally, there's a 15 Adidas that will fit. Very rarely. More often 16. Some even like a little tight in the toe and need a 17. Like Yeezy 700s. I had gotten a bunch of those to find out that my toe was hitting the front corner of that shoe. Needed a 17 for that. I do have Superstars before. I've had a 16 and that was fine. Okay, Squishee. Okay, they have a little Dubrow right there. The Squishee is like the 7-Eleven Slurpee, which is like a frozen beverage, kind of like a halfway frozen Italian ice almost. And in The Simpsons, they have the Quickie Mart, where you can get, instead of 7-Eleven, they have Quickie Mart. Instead of Slurpee, they have Squishee. And yeah, again, a little loud, but I did like the colors. And what really drew me to this one is this translucent sole and midsole over here. I really like the look of that, as well as the translucent toe cap here. And it has a Superstar type of clamshell look to it, as well as like a texture. So those are my main selling points. The green, orange, purple, black, all the other stuff, pink laces, weren't big selling points for me, but I did like them overall. Thought this is more of a thing to wear with sweatpants, not joggers, but sweatpants that have a loose bottom so that part of the sneaker is kind of covered up. Some sneakers, they get to be so loud that they don't stand up to shorts, and you kind of need to sedate them a little bit. Unless you're looking to be loud, you need to sedate them a little bit. Now, this tongue here was also pretty cool, in the fact that it's plastic see-through, like the cap on the Squishee cup, this plastic cap that'll be on a 7-Eleven Slurpee. It'll be clear, and that's what we have here with a Quickie Mart emblem on the front of the tongue, this clear plastic being what makes up the tongue. Okay, down to almost probably around this lace right there, where it turns white plastic and then into the translucent clamshell. We have the orange here, orange 3 stripes, which kind of looks like the flavor. You'll see this cup here with the white circle behind the word Squishee. So I think this circle with the purple also kind of signifies that. Yeah, I think people kind of equated this to a 7-Eleven shoe if they wanted that as well. I think 7-Eleven is white, red, and green, and this is green, orange, and pink kind of. So overall, oh, and we do have Adidas branding on the back here. This is a faux leather, this whole thing. I don't believe it's any real leather. Interestingly, they went with 2 stripes on the back, or I guess they could have done a 3 stripe if they wanted. But style-wise, I guess they felt 2 stripes was better. So you have that orange, it matches the orange 3 stripes right there with the Adidas branding. And try to give you a look at this insole, where you got Adidas and the Simpsons right there on the insole. So now, the pink laces might be a bit much for some. They do come with blue laces, okay? Which probably, you know, on the 1 to 100, with the pink laces being 100 and loud, the blue laces might take you down to a 95 and loud. So it's not that much more sedate on a loud shoe to begin with. Which, to me, I think the colors just don't work as well. If this blue lace was on there, yeah, to me, you know, I'm not much for pink laces, but I do think the colors match. And again, plan to have sweatpants that cover a good portion of this. I'm even considering, I mean, no one's going to really even know what the Squishee is unless you're a true Simpsons fan, which I'm not sure how many are. That'll be close up enough to that to see what it is. So I'll contemplate whether or not I'm keeping that on. You'd have to unlace the whole thing to get that off. Like, I don't really like that on the Air Force Ones either. The Dubro over there. Wasn't a big fan of that. Some people just in the same way don't like on the Jordans the little lace tab that is on like the 6 and the 7. I really don't mind that. Kind of like that. But yeah, I'm not usually one for a little, except actually the Jordan 17 Dawnbreakers, where they had all those metal Dubros over there. That should be probably the video I'm doing, because I have those. I'm going to have to do a video on those. They're a really wild pair of shoes. I wore them already. They look great. And instead of covering the hype, I'm covering this odd pair of shoes. So, but yeah, like I said, before I wore them, before I cut off all the tags and the extra laces, I just want to get this review in there. The label does say Superstar Simpsons. Okay, it's 15 because it's European sizing, but 16 in the US sizing. Camera isn't picking that up. But yeah, I think, like I said, worn in the proper conditions, I think the color combination does work, and I just love, like I said, this icy blue. It's not really blue, it's just clear. This icy, clear side and toe. So, it's one of those sneakers. Now this doesn't really have air or anything, so you probably could get away with, like, you know, your leg work, your deadlifting. I use Chuck Taylors. It's probably still too much cushioning for deadlifting, but for me, on a chest and tries or back and buys or doing shoulders where it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, I could see rocking these again in the cooler months where we got the sweatpants going, because with shorts and everything, this might just be a little too loud for me. But nonetheless, like I said, I do like these color combinations. Something about this that just works. So you can let me know in the comments, what do you think? If you've seen The Simpsons, if you appreciate the show, if you saw the episode where I think the first time you saw it, Bart was asking for, he had found a $20 bill, so he went into the Quickie Mart, told him that he wanted the super Squishee, which was all made with all syrup, so I guess it wasn't watered down at all, and Bart got that. So yeah, good memories of that show. Might be the only one thinking about it as I wear these, but I'll enjoy it nonetheless. Okay, what do we got? We got coming up the reverse infrareds, or the salesman sample. That's going to go to a full-size run, up to 18, so it's good for the Bigfoots. I don't know if the resellers are going to descend upon them. They probably will in our size, anything 15 and above, because they know that Foot Locker and all these places don't carry them. So I would say that if you really do want those, I would get in on the, there's a couple of raffles that just hit. I think, well, I don't know. Again, Foot Locker, I don't know if these raffles, I think they don't have anything beyond a 15 in the raffle. So it'll be up to sneakers if you want those. They made a lot of pairs, I heard, but in our sizes, the resellers really target it. So you might see later on that day people's videos saying that they're sitting, when in the meantime, the first, 3 minutes wiped out sizes 16 to 18. Which I just wish Nike and Jordan Brand could figure this out, that those are selling way too quick. Just up the stock numbers. If you see the stock numbers, they just drop off so rapidly as you approach 14, 15, 16. And they really need to up those numbers, because obviously the demand is there. How many times do you have to see those sizes sell out first before you say, hey, maybe we need to make a few more pairs than that? Try not to go to the resellers, being that unless you find someone who's by some miracle selling under retail, because that's the only way I'll really go to the resellers. If you can find that, fine, but I would urge you to try to hold out for a restock or something like that, because otherwise they'll just keep targeting the Bigfoot sizes, and who needs that extra middleman? It should be retailer you, or manufacturer you, not this artificial markup by someone who, just buying it to prey on you. They're, running around in a size 10, but joining any raffle, trying for a 15, 16, or 17. So stay strong on that, and we will be back probably with a little more heat rather than this one. It was just a fun video, get me back in the swing of things. Went to the gym before, did some cardio. World Gym, baby. Joe Gold's gym after he sold Gold's Gym. Joe Gold, originator of Gold's Gym, sold Gold's Gym, tried to buy it back. Ken Sprague thought he was lowballing him, said no. Joe Gold built and started World Gym. Many of the legends went over with him. And unfortunately, Joe Gold was chasing his own success with Gold's Gym, and unfortunately passed away at some point. Rick Drazen actually drew both the original Gold's Gym logo and this World Gym logo. So another legend who passed away. And we have the Arnold Classic in 4 weeks. It's like I'm going flex Bigfoot. I'm getting into the flex part of it now. Talking bodybuilding, I think Hadi Chupin got his visa, so he's going to be in that one. I prefer a taller physique as far as proportions and everything go. So I'm kind of rooting for Andrew Jacked. But we'll have to see what happened. Mo Fuda, not a tall guy, but he is pretty dense and thick. So I think he could cause some damage. But of course, there's Hadi, Nick Walker, and Martin Fitzwater to get past, which those are some tough customers. So we'll see what Mo Fuda does. I'll look forward to seeing what happens with the Arnold. I was at a few Arnolds myself, the first Arnold Classic actually, where Rich Gaspari won. I was there at that one. And then I think around 2001, 2002, one I think Jay won, and then one I saw Dexter win, Dexter Jackson, Jay Cutler. Those are the few Arnolds that I went to in Ohio. But that's going to do it for this one. Be back with some more shoes, maybe some more bodybuilding talk.